I'm going to let you go from here, okay? You should be on.
Okay.
I'm logged in already.
All right.
Okay. I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to jump on. I know we started a couple of minutes early. I just wanted to make sure that it works because it doesn't always work. So can everyone hear me okay? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. Please excuse my voice. I've been really sick. So, and if it sounds like I'm slurring my words, I probably am. So I apologize for that. But first, I'd like to congratulate everyone on this call to an amazing, amazing April. I know on my organization, just my organization had over 45 rank advancements. So that was super, super exciting. And the momentum in the company right now is just incredibly crazy. And we can keep that momentum up if you guys treat every day like it's the end of the month. So, you know, maybe yesterday on the end of the month, people worked more hours because it was the end of the month. But if you put the same amount of effort into the hours that you have available to work, you would get the same results. So I really hate that my voice sounds like this because it seems like I'm not happy and ecstatic, but I really am happy and ecstatic. I was super, super close to 7-star, but watching all of my team rank up, I had people ranked that hadn't ranked in 2 years, was way more exciting and fulfilling to me. Than me actually making 7-star. We got very, very close. Yesterday morning, I woke up and we needed 1,056 people. And when I went to bed, we needed 433. So they had a killer ass day. I think that between regular orders and new enrollments, we did 711 people yesterday. It was the highest day ever in my personal organization. And my organization hit $1 million for the first time ever in group volume. So it's been just an incredibly exciting month. And I know May is going to be just exciting. If you haven't seen the May specials yet, as they were released yesterday, I'll just go through them really quickly. Is there anybody on here who don't know what the May specials are? Does everybody know what the May specials are? Yes, no, shake your head. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It seems like everybody got a game plan on that. So listen, Derek Rains made a post on the True Biz page this morning that basically just talks about how they put this package together to kind of help with getting people to start sharing it as well. So I'm just going to read that to you really quickly. So you guys have a little bit of an understanding. I do know that this morning the 125 pack is still in the back office, but don't promote it because I believe that they're going to be canceling any orders that put it in their cart, you may be able to call into corporate or text in and see if they can put it on an auto ship for them. Or maybe they're going to surprise us and keep it another month. I'm not sure. I was pretty sure they were going to get rid of it, but uh, I don't know if for sure 100% if they are. Another thing is our oils are all still half price, 50 to 75% off. So for all of you guys that love oils, right now is like a great time to be buying them. It's also a great time to be sharing them with your friends and family or other people that you know who buy oils, because our oils are just as good as the competing companies' oils. It can't comes from the same field. It comes from the same manufacturer. It's seed to seal. It's everything that those other ones are, but much cheaper. For instance, our frankincense is like 5 ounces. Does anybody know off the top of their head what the milliliters are on the frankincense? Anybody? Unblock yourself if you know the answer. Okay, we are 15 milliliters. doTERRA's is only, I believe, 10 or 11 milliliters, and it is 79.95 a month. So ours is only 50 something a month, normal price, but right now frankincense is $17. You guys should see I bought this beautiful case and I have all my oils labeled in there, and I like went a little overboard on the oils because they were so cheap. And I don't personally care about the PV from them. They're not a lot of PV, but when you get oil customers, they become loyal customers. So that's something that I like to talk about a lot when I do Power Hour, is that we don't promote the other products in our company enough. So on my customer page, starting in May, twice a week, we're going to do a product review on a product with a testimony that doesn't have anything to do with weight loss. So we're going to talk about the oils. We're going to talk about the skincare. We're going to talk about the vibrant patches. We're going to talk about the vitamins. We're going to talk about the pain relief, True Soothe. We're going to talk about the probiotic, which I hope to God comes back soon because I miss it. Everybody laughed at me when I bought 8 bottles, but I knew we were going to run out, and I didn't want to run out because I love them. And so I haven't run out. I have some people trying to pay me more money for them, though. So I might have to think about that. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But anyway, this is what Derek said about the kits for the May special. Do you want to make the most of this kit? We built this $100 kit around the idea of sharing to pay for itself and to help you reach your health goals with your friends. Each of these samples are $29 retail. Sell all 4 to make $116 to be in the green and looking lean. May, get the Tru Fix and Tru Control combo, 4 Tru Control and Tru Fix samples plus a shaker bottle. Retail value is $221. That saves $122. So a lot of times, guys, when you just show them the savings, when somebody knows they're saving $122, that's more important than like maybe having extra stuff in the package. But people love the word free, right? So when they're being told they're getting it for free, that's a big deal. So those 2 things you want to remember is using the words free and using the words it's a savings of $122. Okay. June, get the Tru Fix and Tru Control combo, your choice of 1 of 4 heart and hydration flavors and a shaker bottle. Retail value $155, and that's a savings of $56. In July, get the Tru Fix and Tru Control Tru Fix drink and shaker bottle. Retail value $165, and that saves $66. Total 90-day savings is $244 off of retail and shipping with subscribe and save. And that's number that 122, 56 and 66. Yep, so that's $244. So for the 3 months, are they getting a shaker bottle? Yep, they're getting a shaker bottle all 3 months. Each month they get a shaker bottle. Yes, ma'am. So I had a situation the other day where an associate, the girl wanted to order the Easter package. And she said, I don't need the shaker bottle. I have one. So instead of the girl just saying it's free, everybody can use an extra shaker bottle. I mean, I have 86 shaker bottles in my office, personally, not because I'm a hoarder, but because I do a lot of giveaways where I put one of each stick of heart and hydration in there and one of each of the shakes for my customers. I only purchase the combo so that they can try some of our other products and fall in love with them and place orders for them. But instead of just saying to the girl, everybody can use another shaker bottle, and it's free, right? She sent the girl a link for just the combo and 2 boxes of Renew, when really what the girl wanted was a combo, a box of shakes, and 2 boxes of Renew. So I would have convinced the customer just to get the $99 special, because you got the shaker bottle for free and the shakes for $11 more. Instead, she ended up paying $35 for the shakes, and then the cost of the combo and the Renew. So you guys want to make sure that you're really understanding how to promote these packages in such a way that the customer sees a true benefit from it. So that was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to introduce you to Dee Delgado. She is one of our new 2-star directors that has been pushing really, really hard. But she has something that just happened to her while she was pushing for 2-star. And, I know a lot of times we get on here and we do all these tasks and say, go reach out to 5 people, go do this with 4 people, go do this for 3 times. But most of you guys have been around, and this is like the 16th or 17th month of Power Hour. So most of you guys are familiar with like doing birthdays in the morning, reaching out and saying hi to people, following up with the people who asked for a link and didn't order, posting 3 times a day, doing your stories, and things like that. And sometimes I feel like it's more important to hear true real life stories that could really affect a person in this network marketing arena, because I don't care how tough skinned we think we all can get our feelings hurt, and we all can take things super, super personal, and it can really put havoc on our business. You know what I mean? Because we focus so much on the bad stuff that happened, especially when it happens as it happened to Dee, that it could have really changed the difference between her making 2-star this month or not. So I'm going to introduce you to our brand new 2-star director, Dee Delgado. And Dee, I'm going to send it over to you.
Thank you, Kaylee. Hi, everyone. As Kaylee mentioned, my name is Dee. I live here in South Carolina. And so recently I had an entire leg leave. So it was pretty intense, because already this month, my momentum from the beginning of the month was like I went running. I knew I was close last month on making it, and you feel a certain way when you're that close, and all of a sudden like you got to start all over again. And I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want nothing to be taken away. I didn't want to depend on anybody. I knew that through the training that I was taught with Kaylee and Paige, I put that in perspective and I went running with it. So towards the end, maybe I want to say 2 weeks before this month end, I just started seeing everybody, okay, I'm leaving.
And guys, this was one entire leg. So it wasn't like different people. This was an entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, Dee?
I think it was 5.
5, but
Yeah.
it was an entire leg that left 2 weeks before the end of the month. Why she's pushing for 2-star.
Um,
It'd be pretty rattling. How many of you, if you woke up tomorrow morning and I wouldn't say they're half of her team because obviously she made 2-star and that's 250 people and only 7 left. And let me tell you, they're pulling out all the strings to get people to go with them. But most of them have been smart and they've come to me or G and had conversations with us. But even 7 people can be nerve wracking because now these people have been infiltrated into our groups, into our customer group, into our potentials group. They're friends with us on Facebook. And then they have the ability to start sharing their new products with other people that they shouldn't be sharing them with. So Dee, I want you to kind of talk about what was your emotional state as it started to happen and how you overcame it to continue to push to 2-star.
It was rough. I didn't know exactly how to feel. My emotions were all over the place because I'm on one side, I'm trying to build up the team and get them going. And then on the other side, I have these people leaving, and some of them had just recently, got customers. So I have to worry about, are these customers being taken care of? Are they given the correct information? Are they, that's, to me, I take it really to heart. When you're bringing someone in, you gotta love on them. You have to make sure that they're taking care of that. There's every day that they're good, they're in good hands. So we give them their training and all of this stuff. So you want to make sure that those are being handed down to the customers or to the associates. So that's what I was more worried about. And at the same time, like, how are my current associates feeling? Are they feeling like they're going to shift? Are they going to stay? I feel like I've done everything that I could on my part. And I mean, I don't know. Some people are in that momentum of just looking at the new, bright, shiny object, and they want to go towards that to see if it's better or if it's going to make them more money, and in my case, I had jumpers, and these, they
So
love
one of the
jumping
things
to the
about
next
this
thing, but you know what, at the end of the day, you're still at the bottom. Anywhere
one
you
of the
go, you're
things I
still
want
at
to
the
talk
bottom, and you're still having to put all that work to make yourself, go up. But if you're jumping from one company to another, you're still leaving people behind. And now they've already thinking a certain way about True Vision or about whatever, how are they going to believe that, you're coming back, or the next person is going to tell them that this is the place that they need to be, or this is going to work.
And so
So my
something that I
emotions
want
were
to
all
say
over the
really quick,
place, you know?
hey Dee, you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, something I want to add into that really quick is that you heard her say the word that she has jumpers, right? So this group of people, and I know them all very well, so I speak from experience. I wished them all good luck and I wished them the best of luck with their new company. But they have been with 8 companies in the last 5 years. And it's always to the next new thing or the next, last week True Vision was great and Kaylee Cyber was amazing and Dee was amazing. And then now all of a sudden they're leaving to go to this company and we're all jerks and Nazis and mean. And, I've never been called a Nazi so much in my whole life. But here's the thing, you guys, it's never the company. It's always you. Because as you can see, we had 45 rank advancements on my team this month. And so if it was the company or the products, we wouldn't have 45 rank advancements, right? And every time they jump to a new company and go to their friends and say, oh, I started this new product, eventually those people are too going to stop following them because there's no consistency, right? So if you keep consistency and you stay consistent and you make this your home, and you're like, no matter what, I'm going to make it with True Vision. It might take me 5 years. It might take me 7 years. It might take me however long. But this is where I'm going to stick because this is what I know. And I love and adore the products. And yes, do we have some back office issues? Yes, do we have some problems with people signing up. Yes, do we have other problems? But, we find workarounds for them. And that's our job as network marketers, is to find solutions. And if we can't find the solutions and we're constantly just jumping from one company to another, people are literally going to stop following you because they're tired of your next "it's the greatest thing on earth," when just 2 weeks ago you were talking about True Vision was the greatest thing on earth, right? So those people will jump from that company too, and they'll go somewhere else, because when you first join a company, that's when you make the most of the money, is at first, is because you're signing a lot of new people and you're building your team, and then you got to start hitting these ranks. Well, when they stopped working and couldn't hit these ranks, then all of a sudden they needed to go find this other company, and which again was fine. I wished them the best. I told them I hope that they have great success, and I appreciate them for being honest. And then the next thing I know, I got this whole long email about what a Nazi I am, and maybe if you weren't such a Nazi, people wouldn't leave, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all I did was ask you to comment on the post on the customer page. It's not like I asked you to run around naked downtown with True Vision written all over you or anything. So they're going to keep jumping no matter what. And so one of Dee's biggest concerns were, what about these other customers that are still here? What should I do? And I'm like, you need to reach out to them. And I mean, and you can even be honest. Listen, I know that your upline is left. Where do you stand with this? I'd love to help you grow with your business with True Vision. You're going to be my level 1 now. I'm going to be here for you. But if you're going to plan on jumping as well, then I completely understand that. And I wish you the best of luck too. And that's what she went and did. And so because of that, there were a couple of people that were like, wow, I didn't know it was that easy. If they would have shown me it was that easy. Am I saying that right, Dee? Wasn't there somebody that said?
Yes,
Yeah.
I had a girl that ranked and she didn't know about the bonus.
Right. So she didn't know about the bonus for rank advancements and stuff like that. And that's super important because you only have a certain amount of time to get those bonuses, right?
Yep.
So if they don't, so Dee ended up finding a couple of people, that didn't want to leave, but they didn't know a whole lot and they hadn't been trained appropriately. And did you get that girl to managing really quickly or something?
Yeah, within a week I got her to managing.
Right. And so she had been around for how long, Dee?
Well, that one just started. And then I had another one that she had been in there, so she had already passed that bonus. But I mean, she's still in it to win it. So
Yeah. And she had said to Dee that, I wish they would have showed me how easy this was. I would have already been ranked. I would have already ranked. So, shitty things can happen. All of a sudden the apple cart can be turned upside down, but it doesn't mean that you can't flip the wheelbarrow back over. You just have to know how to do it. And sorry, I forgot everybody's children's home. I probably shouldn't be cussing live. I'll try not to do that. But Dee really handled it very professionally, very leadershiply. I don't know if that's a word. But she really, instead of letting that be the focus of the next 2 weeks, she just continued to focus on what her goal was, which was to hit 2-star, and she wasn't going to stop until that happened.
Yeah, I think towards the end, I had, I want to say almost close to 40 over what I needed. So that's basically what covered their their sales for that time being. So I'm on track. I'm not going to rely on it. Ultimately, this is your business, and you have to rely on what you're doing and guide your downline in the process, not leaving them behind. I think that is the worst thing that you could ever do. That's one of my pet peeves. I'm not as, I haven't been in this business as long as some of you guys have, so I don't know. I'm still learning, But one thing that I learned is that when you bring someone into this business, whether it be a customer, because they all start out as your customer, but ultimately your customer is a potential to be your business partner. And no matter what, you love on them regardless. You know, they trust you. That's the first thing that they do, because if they didn't trust you, they wouldn't have bought from you. But they trust you, and you have to be with them every step of the way. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but you have to find ways to do it. You have to find ways to give them that certain time, the same way that they gave you their time. You know, and I don't think that it's right that you bring someone in, you get a paycheck, and you leave them behind. And you see them as that everywhere you go. So yeah, I didn't want to focus too much, because I could have really, really went into a dark place. But I have like my imaginary 12-step program. And I do that on my own. I'm like, you know, we gotta be positive this entire time, no matter the circumstances, no matter if I'm called, you know, whatever XYZ names. Nobody directly came to my face and said that. So, you know, it's, you know, brush it off your shoulder, you know, and move on. That's all you got to do. Move on to the next rock star, and the next one, and the next one. Because really, I have a lot of rock stars, and all I got to do is just get that little cloth and shine them up and let them know that that's what they are. You know, they just don't see it yet. Some don't see it yet, but I'm showing them little by little. And I have one girl that's on the call here with me, and she's been here for a while, and she's never been this close to ranking senior. But this month, I'm going to get her there. I really am. I do really get emotional at this, because because they've been, you know, they've been here, and we've given them the training, and some of them have actually just, you know, that's all they want. And I've seen her on the Zooms, I've seen her in the trainings, but I haven't not seen any one of her direct uplines on them. And I knew from that point on, I was like, she's in this, and she's going to win, and she's going to pass them. So I didn't want them to block me, and some of them haven't, because I have something really big to show them. You know, I have a lot to show them, and I just, I don't know. I get too emotional into this. I don't get to the point where, you know, if they leave, I'm going to be hurting, I'm going to be bleeding, because that's not the case. You know, we just got to go out there and find the other ones that are willing to put in the work. And trust me, they're out there. They're just waiting for you. Kaylee?
Yes.
What else you want me to talk about?
Mhm.
I'll start. The waterworks will just start coming down. Like, I've been holding all of this in for the longest time. So they, I believe in my downline. I really do. And I think that I put a lot of emotion. I went to summit with these people.
And that's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Is, you know what, I'm a super emotional person too, and I really get attached to people. A lot of people on this call may or may not know my story. I don't even know we have 47 people. So I don't really know how do you change that screen thing mode? Oh, there we go. Don't know my story, but you know, I've always been insecure, and I've always felt like I wasn't good enough, and I've always felt like I wasn't pretty enough, and I always felt like I didn't have anything to give people. And it took a lot of growing through True Vision to get me to a place. And I mean, even yesterday, over something so stupid, I cried for like 3 hours over something so stupid that was out of my control. I can't control what other people think of me. I can't control because they're wrong. And I have to let just some of that go. But I am such an emotional person. I can physically feel other people's emotions. So I really get attached to my team and those people, right? So when they leave, it really hurts, because you feel like you've invested so much time into them, or that you have given a part of yourself to them, that now they're leaving and taking it somewhere else. And so that can be very troublesome, and it can be very hard to get through it. But we have to decide what's more important, you know, and that's sometimes hard, because it's hard for us not to take it personal, but we have to not take it personal because it's not personally against us. Even though when they leave, they make it up like it is personally our fault. If we know that we've given them the best leadership we can, and we've given them all the tools, and that we have supported them on their journey, and we've done everything we're supposed to do as a good sponsor, um, then that's not on us. But we still are human beings, and so we still have that feeling of what did I do wrong? What could have I done better? Um, or completely went into shutdown mode the last 2 weeks because, she lost a leg on her team. Um, and we just have to not do that. There are going to be things in this network marketing business that are going to hurt your feelings. There's going to be people on your team that's going to hurt your feelings. There's going to be people not on your team that hurt your feelings. It's just really, we have how we react is what matters, right? So if I get hurt by somebody and I let that consume days of my life or weeks of my life, or in this situation, a whole year of my life, it can really affect things. And we don't have to let it, because there's plenty of people out there who do love and care about you, and plenty of people out there who do would do anything for you. Um, and we don't have to worry about the people that won't. But it's kind of funny how, we always get so upset over the people that, hurt our feelings, or make us feel left out, or make us feel not worthy enough, instead of appreciating and praising the people that make us feel the complete opposite, right? So, it took one of my 3 stars to say, that doesn't matter. You have all of us. And I had to put that in perspective. My team, my organization is almost 8,000 people within my 8 levels, but it's about 12,000 people outside of that. And so I don't just work with those people within my 8 levels. There's plenty of people in my team that could come to you and say they're my level 13, and I treat them just as if they're my level 1, because I don't pick and choose. Now, obviously, I can't talk to every single person every single solitary day, but I try to make sure that I'm catching up with people, and that I'm congratulating them. I had a level 9 hit 3-star last night, and at 12:30 when it was announced, I messaged her and congratulated her. I had another person that hit senior for the first time in 2 years, and it got announced at like 1:40 in the morning, and she's like my level 13 or something. And I reached out and congratulated her, because I think it's important when, everybody needs a pat on the back. Everybody needs to know that they're doing a good job. Everybody needs to know that somebody's proud of them, that somebody believes in them, because so many times we don't believe in ourselves. And sometimes it takes the belief of someone else to get us to the point where we believe in ourselves. And that's okay. I mean, it took a lot of people believing in me before I did believe in myself. So I just want you guys to learn from Dee's experience, and that there are going to be people that come and go, and they're going to be around or not be around, or they're going to stick around forever, or they're just going to stick around for a few weeks. Um, uh, you know what I mean? So yeah, Nicole Noss says, I just took your advice when my downline quit, but took your advice and just started over. Here's the thing, is you already know all the tools. So even if you have to start over, you're already ahead of the game, because you already know everything you need to do, right? So starting over isn't as hard as starting, right? Because when you first start, you don't know anything and you're still learning everything. When you have to start over, that's a whole new ramification, because I don't even know if that's the right word. I'm not that smart, you guys. I honestly, my grammar's terrible. My punctuation is terrible. My spelling is terrible. Thank God for whatever that is. It tells you how to spell the words, right? Um, but you already know the processes. You already know what you're supposed to be doing. So that part doesn't have to be retaught to you. You just have to go find the people that want to work. You know, I get a lot of messages every day from people. How do you get all these people to work? What do you say to them? How do you introduce them to the business? And I'm like, how were you introduced to the business? That's how you would go introduce them to the business the same way. Hey, you know what I mean, like personally, what I do is anybody that's been on the product for 2 months, I send them a message and say, hey, you've been on the product for 2 months. How much weight have you lost? Oh my God, I'm so happy. I've lost 12 pounds. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Hey, would you mind doing me a favor? And people, when you ask them to do you a favor, they usually say yes. You're having such great results with these products. I would love to share them with your friends and family. If I give you a post to make, would you go make this post on your wall? And I ask them, did you take before pictures and do you have after pictures? And if they say they're not ready to post their before and afters, that's cool. Gotcha. You know what I mean? I'll give you a post. And then I just work that post with them and I show them how easy it is to make, $15 or 25, $30 or, at 5 people you get $75. I go show them that. And, not all of them stay on and not all of them quit either. Some of them sign 5 people this month and nobody next month, and then they sign 2 or 3 people. You got to meet people where they are. Not everybody has the ability to race to the top. Not everybody they have full-time jobs, full-time kids. Now everybody's homeschooling. Now you have zero time, and bless you teachers, because I'm hearing from parents right now that say, oh my God, I never respected a teacher as much as I respect them now, right? Because they don't understand what teachers go through and you're trying to teach all them little brats. So, and listen, I love my grandkids and I love my kids, but they're brats. That's just the way they are. You know what I mean? My nephew, my sister-in-law has her master's in special education, double master's in special education, with emphasis on autism, I believe. And so my oldest nephew has autism, and then my little niece, she's just cute as a little button. And then there's Jake, and he's like the typical like 7-year-old boy, running around like crazy pants, don't want to listen to anybody, doesn't do nothing. So she homeschools her kids. And before even the pandemic happened, she was homeschooling. Well, she had to put him in public school because like he just wasn't going to listen to mom. Like she was mom, you know what I mean? And like the teachers just talk about how wonderful he is and how sweet he is and what a great kid. And Katie's always like, well, I don't know what kid they're talking about, but it sure isn't my kid. You know what I mean? And it is, because people act different and respond to different people. You know what I mean? And when kids, they look up to a teacher as an authority, and they look up to their parent as their mother, and they know what strings they can pull with their mother. If a teacher brings in their authority right away, then they're going to recognize that as authority, and it's going to be different. But I really appreciate and praise all you teachers, because I can only imagine what you have to go through for 9 months teaching third grade or something like that. So I just want you guys to know that, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, find somebody to believe in you, because they will. Go to your upline, go to your sponsor, go to the person above them. Find out who your power upline is, meaning all the way up to your 5 or 6 star. And you might not have one, but you should now, because there's enough people like scattered out that everybody should have a 4 or 5 star above them. Get in with your power line and talk to them and just say, I'm having a hard time believing in myself. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing or whatever, but we don't know how to help you if you don't tell us what you need to be helped. So uh, that's it. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? Maybe that me and Dee can answer. Um, and if you want to ask a question, just unmute yourself and start talking. I think I have it so you can unmute yourself, or raise your hand and I'll unmute you.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Madeline.
I
Did I
was
say
gonna
your name
say,
right?
or just Maddie. I don't know why it's got
Maddie.
my name. Yeah. I was gonna say, like on the starting over, maybe if we think of, and I'm preaching to my future self because I'm just starting out. I'm just been in it 2 months. Instead of maybe thinking of it starting over, think about it as refreshing, like you hit the
Yeah.
refresh button. Because when you refresh something, then you've got new people that are excited about it. And so when you're starting over, the people that were not excited about it quit on you. So think about
Yeah.
it as I'm getting new people and they're excited. And then
And
also,
it is refreshing, right? That's refreshing when you're getting new people and they're super ecstatic and they're super excited. Where these duds that you had before, they didn't have any excitement. They weren't bringing nothing but negativity probably to your world anyway. And so that's a great, great concept, Maddie, that look at it as a refreshing instead of starting over.
yeah. And like I had felt like crap. I know you know my story with the tick fever mess and the RA and all that for like 3.5, 4 years. And so when I found this, I used the second day I used it, I was messaging Wendy and I was like, how can I get into this? She didn't even ask me if I'd want to sell it because I wanted to reach out and show other people, that this is an
Yep.
amazing thing. And like last night, I got so busy yesterday that I forgot to take my second dose. And about 8:30, I was like dead tired. And I told my husband, I said, I cannot miss that dose. Well, I got up this morning and I felt like I did before, with the tick fever. And I told him, I said, I cannot miss this ever again, because it makes me feel so great. And I said,
Yeah.
I now know how natural this is because it goes out of your body so fast,
Yeah.
and so I have to have this. And that's why I tell, like, I've started back doing hairdressing, and I tell my clients, when you see me on the Facebook and I'm so excited, I said, it's not to make money, it's to get it out there because I want people to feel like I do.
Here's a good idea for you, Maddie. And I had to do this for a long time. So I always take at least one dose a day, but I've lost a ton of weight. However, this medication, all these medicines these doctors have me on, have me gained about 20 more pounds back. But I can't help it. I mean, I just can't help it. I have to take the medication.
Right.
And I'd rather be a little heavier than be super, super sick. I mean, literally, I slept for a week, at a time. I mean, I remember I was on a call with Dee one night and she was so worried about me. She called my roommate, Bev, who is also an associate, and my assistant and said, can you please go check on Kaylee? I think something's wrong with her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I would put back when I first started, I would always forget my second dose, right? Because you're in the middle of the day, stuff's happening, life is chaotic. I would just put a reminder in my phone to remind me 5 minutes before. And so 5 minutes before I was take my dose, my phone would go beep, 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 beep. It's time to take your dose. You know what I mean? Or I put some little funny thing there. And that's a good way to keep track of not missing a dose because, it's so easy for us to get sidetracked and swamped or forget or whatever. So thank you for sharing.
And
What?
set a reminder to drink your water too.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, I'm gonna tell you, so I don't really set a reminder. I drink don't you guys love my cup? It says don't be a salty beach. I love the True Fix drink. I literally drink 3 of them a day in this cup. So I'm going to teach you guys a little something. See, this is why I love Power Hour, because you can teach so many different things in this one short hour. Everybody gets on this how much water should you drink deal, right? So in the last 2 months, I've seen about 8 doctors. I have heavy metal chronic poisoning and they don't know how I got it. And it's caused a lot of bad stuff to go on with, my kidneys not functioning, my liver's not functioning. I literally wake up every day and I'm so swollen that I can't get out of bed. I'm walking with a cane. It's just a lot of stuff. And one of the things it has caused is me to have narcolepsy. And So I've seen a bunch of doctors in the last 2.5, and me and my roommate had coronavirus. So I've seen a lot of doctors in the last couple of months, and every single one of them have told me that a woman should drink 2.3 liters of water a day. You don't need more than that unless you're doing extreme exercising where you lose a lot of water, or you're sweating a lot where you're losing a lot of water. So people get so caught up on drink half your body weight in ounces. And I mean, and this is a big dispute among not just True Vision. I'm talking about like worldwide. It is in general a big dispute. So my nutritionist explained it like this. If you're going to tell people to drink half their body weight in water, it should be half their body weight in water up to 100 ounces. I mean, you can literally kill somebody by having them drink. I had a girl send a girl a message, and this woman weighed 385 pounds. So 385 pounds divided by 2 is 192 ounces of water, whereas 2.3 liters is about 72. So that's 2.5 times the amount of water she should be drinking. Now our supplements, a couple of things. When you have people drink that much water, all they're doing is peeing our supplements out of their body quicker than they can work. So if a customer tells me that they're not having any success, I ask them how much water they drink. And if they say, I drink a gallon a day, I tell them to cut back 8 ounces or 12 ounces. If you're peeing completely clear, that doesn't mean you're good and hydrated. Your pee should be a nice yellow hay color. Now, if you take the women's vitamins, it makes your pee orange. So it's a little hard to decipher. You know what I mean? Like sunshine glow in the dark orange, you know? I was like, holy crap, what is wrong with me? And I called Dave Brown on the phone, and he was like, Kaylee, that's because you take the vitamins. It's okay. But I've had several doctors that I've had to talk to. So I drink about, I love the True Fix personally. I don't drink a lot of the Heart and Hydration unless I'm having a cocktail, because it helps you not get drunk so fast. And the hangover is really good. You know, there is no hangover. So I drink about 3 of these a day with the True Fix. I just mix it up in a 16-ounce bottle. I fill this cup up with ice. And then pour it over it, 3 of those a day. And I don't know, this is probably I don't know if anybody knows tumbler sizes, but I guess this is probably, I know it's not 24 ounces, so I would think maybe it's 32 ounces. So I get a little bit over 2 point, right? Doesn't this look like about a 32 ounce cup?
Yeah.
So I probably get a little bit more water than I should, but honestly, by the third one, I don't finish it all. And I'm going to tell you, I wake up in the middle of the night and I pee a lot, but that's one thing that, with the medical issues I have, that's one of the causes. I had a sleep study done, and
Got stuck on the
then
sleep study.
I was so upset because I'm not that old. I'm 40 years old, but I've had a lot of health problems my whole life, and so I get very upset when they take my little True Fix away from me, because I believe in these products so much, and I believe in Dave Brown and what he does and this company as a whole, that I just think that if we all learn, the more we learn, the more we know, the more we grow, right? And you can be a teacher and a student at the same time. And you can be very good at both of them, because the more you teach, the more you need to learn to teach, because you can only know so much in our little brains, right, to teach people. But here's the most important, powerful thing is that if you're going to train and train and train, don't get on the trainitis train, because if you're not applying what you're learning, then all that training is for nothing, right? So, you know, you might only take one thing away this call today, and that's people that they only need to drink 2.3 liters. Now I got to look up what the man's is because I forgot. It's a little bit more. It's like 3.8 or something like that. But sometimes, guys, we're oversaturating our customer's body with water by telling them to drink all this water they don't need, which is then in return pushing the supplements out of their system too fast, which in return makes the supplements not work. So, you have to be coached on what to say so that you're saying the right things and know what to say. Like, and who wants to take it at 8:30 at night? My God, you'd be up till the next morning. You know what I mean? Even though last night I was up, I didn't go to bed till 5 o'clock. So when I called Dee, she literally was just getting out of the shower, and I'm like, "You got 10 minutes, girl. You better hop it up now." And she kind of made coffee and all that. I'm like, 4 minutes. She said, "In military time, that's a half an hour." And I said, "My ass, it is 4 minutes." So does anybody else?
I did it. I did it though.
You did, yeah.
I'm prior military, so everything is like, I know exactly how much I can do in like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and I'm like, I got this, I can do it. And I sure did. I got my cup of coffee. I needed it. I swear, I look like I got punched in the face this morning.
Listen, I need
my face looks so swollen. I've never seen my face like that. It was fun. It was fun. I wanted to give you guys just a little bit of information. Find your passion. Like throughout all of this, find your passion. Mine so happened to come from my medical issues. Like when I say I was in the military, like I was never sick. Like they literally had to pull me in there just to check my teeth and make sure all the records were good and all that. But I've never went to the doctors. Like I never had to go to the doctors. I was always good until a couple years back. I was in my home by myself with my girls because my husband, he commutes to another state. And we had been doing that for a couple of years. I'm an introvert, so I don't go out much, and I have issues like PTSD and agoraphobia where I can't be around a large crowd. So I'm always inside, and I raised my girls. They're 11 months apart. My little ones are. And I have one that was 6 years old. But at this time, the little ones were like 2 and 3. And my other daughter was around 8, 8 or 9. And one night I had went to Chick-fil-A. It was the night before, and it was right around Super Bowl time. So I was getting all our party stuff together. And that night I was just vomiting. I couldn't stop. And I was lifeless on the floor. I mean, I really didn't know what was going on with me. And I'm like on the floor in the toilet, and I just dragging myself, trying to get to my 8-year-old, telling her, get the girls ready, because I had to go to the emergency room. I was bumping into walls. And I just didn't know what the heck was going on. Finally, I got in the car, not sure how I drove to the ER. I always say that Jesus took the wheel on that one, literally, because I didn't know how I got there. I got there, and my sugar level was almost hitting 400. I had never been a diabetic, only when I was pregnant with a girl. So I had gestational diabetes with all of my pregnancies. But it went away. I was never a water drinker. I had like a Dunkin' Donuts cup about this big. And that's what I used to get through my day with my babies. And always cleaning. So I was burning calories that I really didn't have, and I barely ate. So when I ate was in the afternoon. So anyway, I'm in the emergency room, and they're like, we have to admit you. And I'm like, what? I've never been away from my babies, and let alone, okay, I thought I was going to be here for like a couple of days or whatever. I'm calling my husband. He's getting on a plane. He's rushing down. And I had acute pancreatitis. Mind you, I'm really, really young. So every time the doctors would come inside the room, they thought that there was going to be like an older lady there. And I was in my 30s. And they're like, yeah, you have acute pancreatitis. So basically a bomb for my pancreas. My pancreas no longer produces insulin. So I literally have to inject every single time with this little pen, one at nighttime. And it was a little bit more that year because I was in and out of the hospital. I had more than 10 CT scans on me. I was in the hospital for an entire month, feeding tube, everything. And watching my family come in and out every time was very, very difficult for me. I never put my health first.
Mm-hmm.
I was always that person doing everything for everybody else and making sure everybody else was okay and making sure everything was in order. Basically, you know, what moms do, they try to make things run smoothly for the entire family, but we forget that we're putting ourselves on the back burner and not putting ourselves first. If we're not good, nobody else is going to be good. What did I do that year? In the mid-year, went back 2 more times to the ER, rushed in there because I couldn't figure out what was going on with me. Finally, they found stones. They took out my gallbladder. But when they put some stents inside of me, because I looked like I was 9 months pregnant after I got out of the hospital for a month, they put like 3 stents in my stomach. I caught pneumonia. I didn't know I caught pneumonia. So now I have an abscess on my lung. The pancreatitis. I literally was told a couple of times, 5 more minutes, I would have been gone from the doctor. And like, that's not the first time I've heard that. And I had an ectopic pregnancy that I was told. I had a drive-by shooting, bullets over my head while I was sleeping. And like, literally, I've been told this 5 more minutes, you would have been gone, like from different doctors. And like, I had to really sit down and really think about my life and focus on, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. Like I'm put here on this, you know, on this earth for a reason. And when I got with True Vision and I found out that my one customer was doing so well and she was getting like results left and right, you don't know how happy I got. Like, I was like, what? Like, my heart just like, it burst into like all this emotion. And I'm like, you know what? This is where I need to be. This is what's making me feel this way. Like, I get up and I'm like, let's go. Mm-hmm. And there's times where I want to give up and I'm like, you know what? No, because it's not going my way. Because it's not really your time, you know, on your time that things are going to happen. You know, you got to go through certain levels. There's going to be waves that are going to come and go, and you either stick through it or you give up and lose it all. But yeah, that's like my shorter version of my why I have the passion that I have. And of course I do this all because, you know, I want to relieve something off of my husband. He works in the airline industry. So, it's tough, you know, it's really tough, but I'm in it to win it. And I just hope and pray that you guys stick through it no matter what comes, you know, in play. If someone leaves, you know, I hope and I pray that all of you guys just excel, and I want to see all of you guys win. Like, every single person on this call and everyone that's not on this call, like that's my ultimate goal. I have nobody else to thank but my upline, like, for sticking through me. Paige literally stays on the phone with me. We'll stay till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Just, I'm here, she's there, and we're just talking and talking and talking, but we're working at the same time. Like, literally signed like almost 20 people in one day. Like, it was pretty crazy. And now we have to basically double those numbers because of our training that we have with Todd Falcone. Which, if you guys have not been on a training with him, I really, really suggest that you guys invest in doing a training with Todd, because he is ridiculously amazing and will push you and make you feel like, you know, you've never been in this spot before. And you will see your numbers like double. Thankfully, I joined his class when all this other stuff started falling down. Like how ironic is that? You know, like it came in all in the right time.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how it happened for me too. You know, I started out for a month and a half, and after being out for 2 weeks, I'd been looking at True Vision for about a month and a half, you know, to pop up on my Facebook or whatever. I was like, it's just another blah, blah, blah. And so I started reading the testimonies, and I actually messaged one of the people that had lost weight, and he was like, yes, it's great, blah, blah, blah. So I waited another 2 weeks and then got on it. But yeah. And when I went, the first day that I went back to do, I'm doing like 1 or 2 clients a day until, you know, we're really in the clear. But that first day that I did that, I was out for like 4 or 5 hours, and I was used to like staying on my iPad, talking to everyone, my family, you know, of True Vision. And I was like at work going, I'm missing them, you know, it was like a family that you're missing. Yeah.
And you gain a whole new family. It's insane. And when I've never been to Summit. Last year was my first time at Summit. And no lie, the only reason why I got on a plane, it had been 10 years before I got on a plane because of my issues. And I have a lot of back issues as well. But I got on a plane after they brought out the Vibrant patches. And I'm telling you, those are a lifesaver. I was so calm, and so many things were just happening on that flight. On our way back, we got diverted because someone had some sort of emergency on the plane, and we're stuck in Kentucky, and I'm like, let's go, I'm ready. And
you're like
I had no issues, and usually I would have probably went into panic mode. But those patches got me there, and I was able to take all 3 of my girls to Summit. They saw me walk the stage to get my 1-star trophy. And it gets emotional. You see all your 3 girls just looking at you and mommy, and just taking pictures. And that was really, really good. And even though some of those people that left were there at Summit, and they got their trophies as well, they didn't have their upline with them. Mm-hmm. So to me, it fell on me to go up there, and I was walking side by side down that carpet and taking pictures of them, and because I was so proud and so excited for them. But like, if you have not been to Summit, like, I really encourage you to go. Like, it is crazy. Look at Jassy. I took pictures of Jassy. I had pictures of her dancing.
You guys
videos.
talking about events?
We were really going.
About events, and then we're gonna get off of this call because it's 11 o'clock. But I'm gonna tell you, if you haven't been to a Summit, you need to get there. I'm telling you, you need to get there, because when you see corporate walking up to you, the developer or company giving you a hug like he's known you his whole life, people aren't hoity-toity and ignoring you. Well, some people do, but most people don't. But when you see that the camaraderie, hold on, I'll take you outside, little dog. When you see the camaraderie and the love and the passion that corporate and everybody else puts into this company, it literally changes your perspective of what's going on in this company and what you've actually joined. And inviting your downline, like, I'm going to tell you, my old company, our first convention, we had 6 people in the room. We ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I bought that's when they had just come out with, you could buy the boiled eggs already boiled and peeled. So I bought a bunch of those. I made overnight oats. We seriously, and we had 6 women in one hotel room with 2 beds and 2 cots, and the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we had 2 queen size beds and 2 cots. So that held 6 people. Literally, we got there in Las Vegas. I went to the local grocery. which was basically the 7-Eleven was the closest thing around without walking 900 miles. And I just got bread, peanut butter, jelly, lunch meat because there was a little refrigerator in our room, lunch meat, potato, all the crap we shouldn't be eating. But listen, you get 6 people to split a room, and if they don't have money to buy food, you figure it out. I've had people go to a summit with our company and they slept in their car. Like, I didn't know they slept in their car. I would have never allowed that. But I found out afterwards that they didn't have any money and they didn't have the necessary means, but they wanted more than anything to be at that summit. So invite your downline, offer to share a room with them. Do a contest, say, the person that signs the most people between now and now, here and now, get $100 gift certificate towards your airplane ticket to go to Summit, or $100 towards your room at Summit, or whatever it is, guys. These are events you do not want to miss. I mean, there's a lot of events that I love and I want to go to. I love Eric Worre's GoPro. I love ANMP. It's one of my favorite events on the planet. But even as a 6-star, I have to decide what's more important and what's going to give me what I need. So Todd Falcone is my personal mentor, and I joined his leadership class and stuff. And so I feel like he gives me all that stuff that I would get at like ANMP and Eric Worre's GoPro. That my focus is being at Summit, and I just feel that you get to really meet the corporate guys and really get to see them. And it's really important that you figure out a way to get there. And if anybody needs help getting there, please message me. We can find roommates. We can find transportation. It's right in Atlanta. There's a huge mall right there. The rooms aren't that expensive. We'll figure it out. If you want to go bad enough, we will figure it out. So I really don't like to take these calls over an hour. I appreciate everybody getting on. It's really easy too when we get on these calls and we start talking, because there's so much information that I love to give and I love to share with you guys. But obviously taking 1 hour of your day is a lot. So we appreciate all of you taking this hour out of your day in the middle of the morning to jump on here. And Dee, congratulations again on making 2-star. I'm so proud of you. And thank you for getting on here, sharing your story and letting people know that people are going to leave and that's okay. You just got to keep. So
Keep on keeping on.
Dee, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I just wanted to thank you guys for taking your time out and listening to us. We do appreciate it. And rock on this business. May 1st, you have 31 days. 31 days. So Kaylee said that she needed 3 more extra hours. Well, look, we got an extra day.
Yep, I said that's all I needed. I said last time if I had 3 more extra hours, I could do it. But I stayed up until 5 a.m., man, working. So, but anyway, all right, guys, everyone, love you. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the weekend. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye.